Also, cut this out.
War. Ever since the Air Nomad temples were attacked by Fire Lord Sozin, the world has been in chaos. The Southern Water Tribe fights for survival, as the Earth Kingdom seeks to hold off the Fire Nation army. But even with no Avatar in sight, there is still hope. Who will answer the call, and who will bring forth a new era of peace? Welcome back to Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes Arc 3, the 100 Years War Era. I'm your GM, Josh. I'm joined once again by my wonderful friends, Cass, Megan, Morgan, and Oz, for our final session of the arc. If you are just joining us now and haven't seen anything else, this is a really bad spot to start at. So head back to previous sessions, or if you've already seen those and just need a quick recap, it's my turn because it is the final session, and I believe I usually give out on the final session, so here we go. Also, if you haven't been able to tell, this is coming out around Christmas, so Christmas.
Festive.
Anyway, so previously on Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes, our heroes were convening after talking to Zay, in which there was a fire that broke out around the ships, and there was something else that happened in town because we went there first. But anyway, Sakari and Taibo went off to the ships to help Rafa, who turned out to be fighting the two assassins from the South Pole who had followed. And while Benjiro and Roslyn stayed in town trying to find some stuff, and ran into two other assassins who just kind of weren't after them. So the assassin contracts for them were very different than the others. Long story. We haven't gotten into it because we haven't found those assassins. Anyway, Taibo and Sakari worked together to help Rafa take out the two assassins, find some information. One of them, to be clear, one of the assassins got drowned. The other one got ice cubed, and I believe is also dead. Maybe? Who knows? He was the one with the cool daggers. Oh, that's right. Taibo and Sakari grabbed his cool jacket to give to Benjiro. And Sakari had something to give to Roslyn?
Paper.
The wanted poster.
That's right, the wanted poster with a really good picture of Roslyn. That's right. So after that happened, Sakari and Taibo went off to find Benjiro and Roslyn, who were having some issues of their own, having been captured by some assassins after being knocked out, and a little bit poison drugs weirdness going on in the town. Hanging upside down, Roslyn was able to pea shooter some fireballs and cut the rope that they were hanging on, freeing them, and eventually met up with Sakari, Taibo, and Rafa when Benta showed up, long old friend. There was some confusion between Benta, Rafa, and Roslyn, to everyone's dismay and to my delight. And then we ended on Roslyn and Benta having a little conversation where Roslyn, what was the last thing that said? So we pick up right after Roslyn reveals that they are a firebender, and Benta says, "I appreciate your honesty," and they just kind of walk away.
Are they currently walking away?
They're currently walking away.
Can I stop them?
Sure, if you want to try, yeah.
Wait!
Benta
Don't go!
does a little look over the shoulder.
I'm sorry that I lied to you. But I need your help. We need your help. Sorry, it's just me to break it. We need your help. Please. Please. Don't go.
Like I said, I appreciate your honesty. I'm just I'm just give me some time to think about some. And then Benta continues to walk off.
Rosalind just sits down.
Are we there? Do we see this?
Yeah,
I believe you're out of earshot, but you can see them very clearly. Yeah. Also, to make it more dramatic, Benta's walking off into the sunset, so the sun's going to eventually eclipse Benta's shape.
Rosalind is just left cast in Benta's shadow.
Yep.
Horrible. Thank you, Josh.
I guess I don't know. I guess that I'm gonna look at everybody else. Like, what is everybody doing while this is happening?
I think just a kind of silent conversation with the eyes, just like we should check on them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just a slow approach, just like, hey, bud, you okay?
You hear like a huge gasp, and then she starts sobbing.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
They start sobbing. My bad.
Rosalind
Oh.
can cast stone.
Stone, Rosalind, sobbing.
Love it. Duality of man.
Benji's gonna just plop down next to Rosalind, not say anything, not do anything, just plop down next to Rosalind.
I'm not crying. You're crying. Don't look at me.
Look straight forward.
Scar's also gonna like slowly crouch down on the other side of Rosalind.
Kaiba just kind of like,
I'm
just
Benji.
crouches like behind. Just there's no other spot that wouldn't be like looking at. Just full like back to back with Rosalind, but in like a horrible little like squat.
I don't normally cry. This is new for me. Kind of.
I mean, I don't think crying's a bad thing.
We were never allowed to.
Oh, that's a lot to unpack.
That's a lot of emotional issues that probably should be solved at some point.
It's fine. I'll just suppress like the rest of my emotions.
No.
Oh
Bad.
no!
Listen, bad.
Probably not a good idea.
Oh, hey,
Benji,
Tybo pulls out the like wanted posters, like, hey.
Out of Sakari's pocket?
Yeah. Just to be clear, Tybo is the one who
forgot
had
you
the
had it.
jacket.
Hey, look, you're always gonna be wanted, and you're always gonna be so pretty. Tybo's trying his best. He's so lost.
Question: did either of you think to get rid of the price reward on the wanted poster?
Tybo
Sakari
still
did
learning how
not.
to read. He doesn't know what that says. I don't think he knows
He doesn't know.
numbers.
Fair enough. Okay.
Price reward.
You know, like the reward for oh, interesting. Okay. Roslyn, you see that the price on your head is about 600,000 gold pieces in Fire Nation money.
dang.
This is simply not enough. I'm worth more than that.
Oh, how? Sakari, how much is that?
I'm not from the Fire Nation. I don't know.
I don't know what numbers are in this language.
A decent amount.
Okay. Benji, do you numbers?
I guess. No, because I'm not from the Fire Nation.
Like, we wouldn't do we know how much that would, like,
You don't.
equal? I
Yeah.
don't
No, you don't know the conversion rate, but a lot of people just go, "It's money." So
yeah.
It seems like a lot of money. Uh, uh,
And on the plus side, Benta didn't throw a rock in your face.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
she did! A huge boulder!
Taibo looks around.
all of a sudden, out of the city. No, just kidding.
No.
Benji is going to kind of whisper over. Well, there's no way to whisper. I'm just gonna say, Typo, it's an emotional boulder, not a physical one. My buddy.
Do you not remember?
Uh, remember?
Ugh. Why does no one love me?
We love you.
We love you.
As this is going
And
on,
again, you're wanted.
Tybo, because your back is to Rosalind, you are able to look down the street you're on. Rafa isn't around. Rafa was with the
Isn't?
three of you. Yeah, Rafa was with the three of you originally when Benton and Rosalind were talking together. Rafa is now not there.
Taibo gets up and like looks around a little bit.
What's going on?
Uh, wasn't Rafa with us not too long ago?
Yeah.
Sakari stands as well. Starts looking around.
Before Benji stands, he's gonna rip another piece off of his shirt to give as a Kleenex to Rosalind.
It's like
Um,
nipple covers at this point.
to be
You gotta get us some
clear,
new clothes.
actually, to be clear, I believe that you've run out of shirt and you've been ripping off pieces of your pants.
You're right.
Oh, no!
I'm just gonna. I'm sure at this point it's at the knee on one side, so it's a tasteful rip.
Just keep
Sakari
listening.
sees that and just like smacks Tybo's arm like jacket.
Hey, Benji!
Uh,
We also got something for you.
Upon seeing, because I'm assuming the way it's been held up, it's probably gonna be like the knives are on the outside, shining, glinting.
Yeah.
You can hear them jangling because they're not like being held down by a body.
uh, Benji is going to puppy dog, big eye, sparkle.
It's all for you, bud.
Ooh, he starts like jumping up and down, like literally vibrating to ooh, knives. And
Taibo
then
holds it for him to like put his arms in, like
Benji, you put it on. It's a little tight around like your biceps and such, but other than that, it's like a perfect fit.
I knew I was stronger than that guy.
Oh, Rosalind really loves the poster, but believes that it's not enough money.
well, that's very fair.
Adds just a one and a one. Adds some other
Just keep
zeros.
adding zeros.
Right.
So Rafa, not here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Huh.
Rafa was following us to find you, and now Rafa's gone.
ugh, that bitch. Always running off, doing God knows what.
It's a weird familiar thing. I feel like I've never fought with my siblings like that, but okay.
I think it runs in the family.
You wouldn't even know.
I mean, all my siblings and I are pretty cool, so I don't really.
I mean, from time to time, I have to pick them up by the ankles every once in a while to try and
Typo,
like.
have you mentioned siblings before?
Yeah,
Probably not like
sisters.
extensively.
Oh, that's right, sisters. Yeah, 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 yeah.
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 Oh,
That's
I
right.
did mention Sakari. I don't think the other two have heard.
Yeah.
You got siblings?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I'm the second youngest of 6. I got 5 sisters.
You got how many?
5 sisters.
I'm pooped up by 2. I can't imagine that many. Anyway,
They're great.
Huh.
We wrestle all the time. We do skiff racing. It's fun. Sometimes we toss each other in the cacator pit so we can wrestle a little bit. It's fun.
um,
Y'all can come meet him if you come to the swamp sometime.
hmm.
First,
Oh,
we
I
should
would
probably.
love to meet you.
Yes, Rob.
Yes.
Immediate issue at hand.
So
Rosalind moved on so fast
Yeah.
from Benta.
All right. So, finding Rafa, do you want to split up, or do you all want to go in pairs? Do you want to
feel
work
like
together?
I feel like the last time we split up, it did not fare well for us. So
I mean, Takara and I did great splitting into duos. I don't know about you two.
La-dee-da.
Josh,
Yeah.
if one is to shift balance to get to center, how do I do that?
You would take. Yes, Oz.
How far off are you, Cass?
Like 2.
Fuck. Okay. I can help you with one by guiding and comforting you.
That is true, because there's an option for you to shift your own balance over. Yeah.
Because the other side, I'm towards excellent because I'm excellent. But I need to go towards community.
So you would want to be working towards like goals of or doing actions that are related to like helping out, connecting to people, being like, oh, what is the so like if like there's a giant wall and it's like we need to get rid of this wall. Excellence is I can break it easily. Community be really like we need to take a vote. That kind of thing. So like basically including other people in things and not being like I'm good at this bye kind of deal.
But I am good at this. Bye.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's why it's a
That's why you're
balance
so
track.
to excellence.
We gotta go back and forth.
Ugh,
Has Rosalind gotten up yet?
no.
Tybo is gonna crouch down in front this time. And get as close to eye level as possible considering the height difference. Hey. I really think you have grown since we started this journey. And if Benta can't see that you are a better, stronger person for what you've been through, then that is Benta's loss. You're a part of this team. You're a part of this family. And there are always going to be people who care about you. All right? You're part of the group now. And that is for guide and comfort.
Roll harmony.
Yippee!
Now the thing that Oz is looking for specifically is a 10 and up.
Oh.
I got an 8, but I have a +2 to harmony, so it's a 10.
Hooray!
Yay.
Would you like to, Rosalind? Would you like to embrace the guidance and comfort? In doing
Yeah.
so, what? Okay. So if you have any conditions, you may clear one of them, or if you have 2 fatigue, you may clear 2 fatigue.
None. Well, maybe actually.
I think you do have some conditions on you still.
What? No, I don't. None condition.
Oh, that's right. We did a full clear at one point.
Yep.
We did a bunch of stuff. Yeah. All right, but you are able to shift your balance into one direction of your. Oh, I guess of Oz's choice, really. But this is you may also
toward
shift their balance.
excellence. Kidding. Community. Joke.
The community
Hee-hee.
now. Tybo gets to ask Rosalind one question, and Rosalind must answer truthfully
Ooh.
and honestly. Answer honestly.
Rosalind. Do you still believe what the Fire Nation is doing is right?
You said I have to answer truthfully.
Honestly, yeah. And so far, the only thing that you've seen bad would be the Southern raids. You haven't really dealt anything bad with the Fire Nation in general yet, other than those raids. Yeah.
Oh, kind of.
Okay, we still have some growing to do. Tybo stands back up.
It's
Alright.
all I've ever known.
And that's okay. You're still learning and unlearning. And
Is-
we'll get there. Rafa, missing, we should address that.
Ugh,
Is Rosalind still on the ground?
Rosalind does the like. Rosalind, you know, in Barbie, when she's in the depressed state,
Mm-mm.
she just falls over and then face plants.
Oh.
That's what Rosalind does.
Benji is gonna go over and just pick up, put correctly. Just whoop.
And Ros Rosalind just looks at Benji and like with the cutest little puppy dog eyes asks for Benji to carry them again while we look for Rafa.
Benji sighs and then scoops. Do you want Baby Bjorn in front,
Oh
or do you
no.
want piggyback?
Hey,
Piggyback.
I have
You
some
just want,
concerns.
or do you just want Cradle in front?
Piggyback.
Okay.
I have some concerns. Benji's wearing so many knives right now.
The knives are
Why?
on the inside of the jacket, though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be
So
the
just
friend.
Benji's getting stabbed.
I mean, they're lying flat, so like.
It's fine.
That's-
Don't worry about it.
Benji is gonna like take Rosalind and do like a cool, if possible, a cool like flip to make just like a cool backflip. You know how when dancers do a flip backwards and they end up holding them this way, holding them up like this?
Roll with
where they're
focus.
facing this way?
Sure.
Oh boy, here we go.
Benji just throws Rosalind.
Duplex.
Yeet. Oh god.
So good news?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, a 3. Oh, help won't even go. So describe to me again what you were trying to do.
Oh god. Okay. It was the like dancing move where you flip them and you do like the Superman hold where they're facing this way.
Okay, I'm gonna say that as you are lifting up Roslyn and like getting into position, you like slip. Ground's not super even. Roslyn, you fall, and I'm gonna force you to take 2 fatigue.
Oh my god.
Rosalind's just sobbing some more.
Roslyn just fell 6
Benji-
feet.
That's not that bad.
2 fatigue.
Yeah.
It's like 1.
Hold on, let me see what it says. Suffers a shortfall about 4 feet, so it is past the 1 fatigue line.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
A medium falls about 8.
Benji panics and starts scrambling over, going, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!"
My life is over.
No, it's not. And he just kind of scoops, but like, because back doesn't seem to be
Just-
working.
Just throw me over your shoulder.
Okay.
Full Shrek Princess Fiona.
Just
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
I'm
go.
just dangling. I'm just like dangling.
we'll fix this later. We'll adjust it. It's fine.
The
All right.
bruises.
So
All
it's
right.
sunset right now.
Yeah, it is sunset. Yes.
We should probably. Do we want to look for Rafa right now? Or do we want to try again in the morning?
I mean, I feel like the longer we wait, the farther away Rafa's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, also, do we need to find Rafa?
Aren't there assassins coming to kill Rafa?
Yeah, but if Rafa is running away from help,
Unless they got captured.
good
Oh, yeah.
point. Okay, search for Rafa it is.
Who cares?
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Okay, stop one. We're gonna get Roslyn some ice cream.
Uh-huh. Wait, is Ice Cream canon in the
Yeah, it
Avatar
exists. It just would be
Ice cream
closed
is.
right now.
No.
It's sunset. There's some late night stuff open. Come on.
There was
Where's the
explosions down by the port.
7-Eleven?
Everyone went home. There was panic in the crowd.
Where's the
Boo.
7-Eleven?
Now, 7-Elevens do not exist in Avatar. That's for sure.
Yeah, Morgan, they're called 610s.
Ah, you're right.
Now I hate it here.
Now you know what you put me through.
Anyway. All right. So the four of you head off to. Are you looking for Rafa? Or are you looking for sleep?
Rafa.
Looking for Rafa. Someone give me a roll of creativity.
Me. Unless someone else wants to.
My last roll fucked up, so I suggest not me.
I'm sad.
I have a +2 to creativity. Oh, nope, you got it.
No, if you want to, go ahead.
Oh, lover's
Can
quarrel.
we both?
We can both.
Okay.
No, lover's quarrel turned into compromise.
Ah!
Cooperation.
Unionize! Unionize!
10.
10.
10. Oh, nice. 2 10s. Awesome.
Now we kissed.
So looking around, you can tell a few things. One, Rafa's footsteps, looking to as you're like investigating things. Rafa's footsteps start getting very like close together, like like fast running is when you narrow down your steps so that you can get more push. So Rafa's steps suddenly get a bit more narrow. So obviously, air we're getting for some speed on them, but there also appears to be a spot as you follow them where they become like drag marks
Uh-oh.
instead. And the two of you, once again, a classic Josh move. There's a forest nearby.
No,
You horrible
I
bastard.
like forests. Anyway.
at least
Yeah,
I
we
got the
know.
knife.
But yeah, Rafa, the drag trail leads to the forest.
Can I roll for perception?
No, that was the creativity roll that we just did.
Well, I'm dangling from Benji, so I'm looking a different direction.
That is true. Let's see. This is against the group, though. Do I force you to roll with excellence?
Don't you dare.
Not necessarily. I mean, if they're looking in a different direction, they could be looking out for the danger behind us.
Right, and
Yeah,
it's still
we're working
for
together to get all angles.
Rafa.
Yeah.
Followed.
Well, if we'll say to help out that somebody mentioned to Rosalind to check if they're being followed or not, so that it doesn't seem to be Rosalind's idea on their own. Go ahead and roll with your community stat then.
I don't even know what that means.
-1.
-1.
Yeah,
But
because you're
then you
plus
get
1 to
to move
excellence.
it,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, after you roll with it, you get to move it.
Okay, it'd be a 9.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
Partial success, not bad. Looking around, you don't see like you're being followed, anything like that. There is a weird thing going on with in like the ship port area, though. There is similar explosions to previously, but you don't know what that's attributed to because there's no way it could be the same as the one being dragged off. Yeah, there seems to be something going on in the port. There's obviously the drag marks to the forest, and there are 4 of you.
Um, are we following the mark, or are we just standing there?
Well, we could split up, check out the drag marks and the explosions. 2 and 2.
Yeah. I slide off of Benji's shoulder.
I do imagine it's very slow, like
It's so slow.
Oh yeah, you can move
Yeah.
to center now then, because you shift 1 towards community. Yep.
it's your time.
Go! Okay, anyway, I'm slinking off of Benji, and I stand straight, dust myself off, and I'm ready to be a bad bitch.
You've completed all the Bluey checklists. Have a cry. Pick myself up. Dust myself off.
Be a bad bitch. Done.
That's it. It's exactly
Famous
what
Blue saying.
Yes.
And then and then I'm like, okay, guys, we must get to work.
That's a spirit. Rosalind, you probably want to go after Rafa?
Yeah, I'm going
not?
after that bitch sister of mine.
All right.
Back to being the leader of the group. All right, everyone, we're gonna split up.
All right.
Who wants to go with me to find my bitch of a sister?
The choices are family affair or
Yeah.
okay, family affair.
Will volunteer to go.
Well, you two, there's some weird fuck shit happening at the dock. So you're gonna go over there and you're gonna fix it.
Oh, he's morphed into a different.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So good. So good.
You got it, Rosalind. Tybo takes Sakari's hand for a second. Just like, hey, be careful and keep each other safe.
You too, with all that fuck shit.
We'll be careful with the fuck shit. He gives her a quick peck on the forehead and heads off.
Sakari is just as red physically as she can be.
Benji's going.
No, it's Fire Nation slang.
Yeah, fuck shit is Fire Nation slang.
Fuck shit is Fire Nation slang.
Play me, yo, fuck shit.
The fuck shit.
Yeah. Benji's gonna lean over to Sakari really quickly and be like, I'll make sure that he doesn't die, hopefully, ? I'll try my best.
Also, you try not to die too.
I'll try.
The new knife should help.
That's true.
Good.
Yeah. Y'all be careful. And then walks away.
All right. You all.
Sakari's just slowly fading the red as walking with Rosalind.
You begin to split off. Rosalind and Sakari take off into the forest, following the drag marks. Benjiro and Tybo head back to the port area where the majority of the city is. I'm gonna first go to Tybo and Benjiro. As you are going about getting back into town, you can see there are some people sort of milling about. They heard all the noises and were very curious. This is an uncommon place, but it's also not for the usual. And as you get closer to where the port is, you can tell a few things right off the bat. Number one, all the ships are destroyed, including yours. All gone. All of your stuff just kind of either floating in the
No.
water or on the land, having been moved there.
What's left on the boat? That
No
would
one
be
was left on
floating.
the boat, obviously.
No, what would be left
What
on
was
the
left on the boat? I don't know.
Yeah.
Secrets, possessions, tea.
Tea.
But yeah, as you get there, you see sort of in a weird. I should say, there is one ship that you don't recognize. Well, I guess you sort of recognize, but one ship that you didn't see previously there that has apparently arrived. It is a smaller version of the metal ship that Roslyn was first on in the very first session with against the pirates. You see getting closer to, in the middle of a group of firebenders, is Rafa going toe to toe against like 4 other firebenders.
What's in the freaking forest? Okay. Hmm.
Well, Benji, I say we hop in and help. How about you? Questions later?
Yeah, let's make it quick so we can get to the forest. Yeah, just hop it again.
All right.
Questions later. Let's go.
The two of you head down there into the fray. We're gonna cut over to the forest where Rosalind and Sakari are following the tracks. As you're going through the forest, you're hearing some weird rustling sounds.
If there's another Rafa,
There's
if there's like another like fucking clone, I'm gonna be so fucking angry.
No, so as you're moving, following the drag tracks, eventually you find an area that the drag tracks stop. There seems to be a pile of rope near them, and then the footsteps resume. The fast, like zoomy footsteps resume somewhere and go off towards like the port area. Looking around, especially down at the air, the rope and everything, and trying to figure out what happened, you hear from behind you up in the trees. So I guess we found out where the was. I don't know what I was gonna say all of a sudden. Hold on, I'm gonna cut this. Hold on. Take 2. You hear up in the trees. So that's who was following us. And you see sort of like rubbing their wrists where like they would have been tied up kind of deal. Looks to be another set of assassins, the ones that Rosalind would recognize from being sort of in the town, having tied them up previously.
Oh. It's you.
And so we are now moving into pitched combat with everybody all around.
Oh no!
Double the combat.
We're gonna take this as a sort of like as all happening at the same time. So if you're going to be giving boons to anyone, Taibo of course cannot affect Rosalind or Sakari, etc. You have to be in the same area. But we'll take them sort of scene by scene. So we're just gonna be cutting back and forth between the two kind of deal. So like we'll start with Taibo and Benjiro and Rafa and the firebenders, and then cut back to Rosalind, Sakari, and the assassin, and we'll just go back and forth between those. So the first scene is Benjiro and Taibo and Rafa versus the firebenders. Okay. You two discuss. Unless you, we could also run these at the exact same time if we wanted to be more clunky about it.
Me?
You can do whatever you want.
I'll say we'll run this first round all together just to see sort of what happens.
Just see what happens.
All right. So Well, you can all discuss together, but just keep in mind that only Benjiro and Taibo can affect each other, and only Rosalind and Sakari can affect each other.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get some of this stuff pulled up.
Well, I'm thinking a lot of my best stuff is defend and maneuver, so I'm probably going to be doing that.
See, the only thing that I have for advance and attack is mastered right now. So I'm afraid if I roll too low, then I'm not gonna be able to do anything.
What's your what's your advanced attack technique?
Pinpoint thrust.
Wait, it is or is not mastered?
It is mastered.
Oh, then you have the best chance of being able to do that.
Really? I thought you would have to roll higher.
No,
if
that's
you-
for learning and stuff.
That's for using
Okay.
2 of them versus just
Mastered
one.
is easier for you to use. You have mastered that move.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'd rather do pinpoint thrust because I feel like it would be more advanced and attacky than defender maneuver right now.
And I'm thinking counter strike, probably. And if not, I have mastered techniques that are also defend and maneuver. So defend and maneuver.
Those Rosalind and Sakari.
I'm defending and maneuvering.
Just again for where everyone is. Are they up in the trees?
Yes. So the one it's 2-on-1 for you guys, and it's 3-on-4 for the others.
Okay, I want
So,
to advance.
There's just one dude in the tree. Yep. Okay. So the assassin in the tree is going to advance and attack as well. The Rafa is going to defend and maneuver, and the Fire Nation soldiers are also going to advance and attack. So those of you defending and maneuvering, no one's evading and observing. Roll with focus. To rely on your skills and training. Not really. Roll with focus. Okay. Defend and maneuver.
That's going to be a 13, Joshua.
Nice. So either mark a fatigue to use a learn technique, use a practice technique, or use 2 different basic or master techniques.
I'm going to use my practice technique counter strike, please.
Nice. The Rafa has failed their roll, unfortunately.
Oh no. Rafa, get good.
Sakari, you were the other defend and maneuver, right? No,
Advance what?
that's right. It was Rosalind who was defend and maneuver. What did you
Yeah.
get?
Got an 8.
8. So you can use 1 basic or master technique.
I'm gonna use a master technique.
Cool. Which one?
The one for my playbook.
What is it called?
Steady. It's called Steady Stand.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Counter Strike. Ah, what's your second thing? Or is Counter Strike the?
Counter strike is just practiced.
Ah, right. Okay. Cool. All right. So then we move on to advance and attack, which is pretty much everyone else. Roll those real fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with creativity because of changing
Right.
plans.
Yep.
And that's roll with focus.
No, passion. Or except for
Passion.
Megan, who rolls with creativity.
Okay. Technically, I guess I could. No. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's a 6 for me.
6. You could shift your balance away from center to use 1 basic technique if you would like.
No. The basic techniques are just the ones that are like.
That's the strike,
Strike,
pressure, smash.
yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Not have to. You can just outright fail. And then Megan, what did you get?
10.
10. You can either mark a fatigue to use a learn technique, use a practice technique, or use 2 different mastered or basic techniques.
And then I forget this every time. Can I do a mastered and a basic?
Yeah,
Or
it
do
just
they
has to
have
be 2 different ones. Yeah,
Okay.
not the same thing twice.
Is there a way that I can use the what is it? The stream the water like first to hit him out of the tree?
Out of the tree. Oh, I see. You want to be able to attack him before he attacks you, kind of. Stream the water. Push a high-powered stream of water with. Click the conditional enough. You drop and mark fatigue at the end of each exchange to continue. Yeah. So because everything kind of happens simultaneously, with his success, he'll still be able to get like 2 things off first, but then he'll be just pinned for the rest of it.
Okay.
Kind of deal. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. And is that your what kind of technique is that for you? Is that practiced or mastered?
Practiced.
Practiced. Okay, cool. So that was the one. All right, and then these guys are gonna. Oh wait, ours has Counter Strike.
Hmm?
Counter Strike user execute a strike as you. Chose advanced attack as. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask about that, Oz. Oh, as if you marked the fatigue, right? So it would be either they get to do 2, and you only have 1 enemy anyway. So it says firebender. Cool.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. However, they are gonna get this. Okay, so I'm gonna need Benjiro and Taibo to either there are okay, so either become impaired as you are forced to sort of like back away from them, or you can mark 2 fatigue and I guess get doomed as a condition. I didn't realize that was gonna happen.
And get doomed.
Yeah, so so you can either because the firebenders are using a singular technique, which is breath of fire. So they're just breathing fire everywhere, destroying a bunch of stuff. So it's either back away, becoming impaired, or suffer 2 fatigue and then mark doom, get the doom condition as you also get caught up in the fire.
Oh, jeez Louise.
There is water nearby, so it won't last very long, just as a heads up. But you would have to handle that first before getting back into the.
I guess the
What does impaired do?
Impaired is a status where it's slowed or off balance. You have to mark either 3 fatigue. No, sorry. You mark 1 fatigue or take -2 to all physical actions. So either just mark a fatigue or you just take -2 to your physical actions.
Yeah, I'm gonna take impaired.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. For our friends in the forest, things are a bit more tricky. Roslyn, I'm going to have you also become impaired. You can either mark fatigue or take -2 to all physical actions.
What?
I'm going to give you the impaired. I'm using the assassin guide to give you the impaired condition. So either you mark 1 fatigue or you take -2 to all physical actions while you're impaired.
I'm already down to fatigue. I'll take a fatigue.
Okay, and then Sakari, you're actually gonna get to become. You're actually gonna be impaired and trapped.
Excuse me?
Uh
Okay.
oh yeah. So you get to mark a
What the
fatigue.
sweet fuck are you doing?
It's the same thing. Pin a flag to the tree. It's one. It's either it's just the cost of 1 fatigue versus 3 fatigue. You must mark a combination of 3 conditions or fatigue to escape. So you don't have to mark them right away. It's just to escape it. So essentially, what happens is, on one side, Rafa has to duck as Benjiro and Taibo join the fray, and these firebenders launch walls of fire at everyone. After getting a swing in, each of them getting like a quick swing in first to get some hits. Benjiro and Taibo have to back up. So does Rafa. As that happens, over in the forest, Roslyn is able to. Yours was the. I gotta remember what it does. Where are you? Do steady stance as soon as steady stance. Any of those with you who choose to this must mark the first condition of negative status inflicted. Oh, hey, cast, you negate the negative status of impaired. You don't have to deal with that. So you can get that fatigue back. Because you were prepared. So, as the assassin jumps from the tree and throws some metal dagger-looking things, Rosalind, having been prepared for this, walks to the side. Sakari takes up a stream of water from a nearby river and throws it. While getting pinned to a tree herself, is able to keep the stream of water onto the assassin, so while he also stuck to a tree. So it's just sort of a Sakari can't move right now, but neither can the assassin guy, because now Sakari can't leave this position, at least for a little bit. And that is the end of that combat exchange.
Josh, you said they were advancing and attacking with a move called Fire Breath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Breath of Fire.
Breath of Fire.
Yeah.
And you're using them as like one unit?
Yeah, they're all. I'm just operating as one unit. So if you do enough fatigue, then I'm just gonna knock them all out.
Interesting.
Or get enough fatiguing conditions. Yeah, they all share them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
Easier that way. So yeah, does anyone want to do anything now while we're outside before the next combat exchange?
Nope. I got a plan.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna stick my tongue out at the assassin guy.
Wonderful. Cannot see it. Fully just water rushing.
It's like,
Does this mean that he can't? Or it does trap. But
I need him to do something for my plan.
the condition of shift positions or engage foes other than you until they break the stream or stop it. Oh, I get. Well, I meant verbally attack is the. All right, all good. Okay. So talk amongst yourself about what you would like to do in terms of stances.
We're gonna have a plan, and it's gonna fuck up Josh's steez.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Okay.
great.
Who's Josh?
It's gonna ruin Josh's
Wait, who-
day, and I think that's
who's
gonna be
Josh?
wonderful.
It's gonna ruin God's day.
God.
Ruin God's day, and I think that's wonderful.
Josh, another question.
Sure.
For trapped, do I take my turn to get untrapped?
No, you can just become untrapped, but you have to mark the a combination of 3 conditions or fatigue to escape.
So with hidden knives, it says when I'm trapped, I only need to mark a combination of 2 conditions or fatigue to escape.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just switch it to 2, yeah. If you wanted to escape. But yeah, you could also just stay there.
Right. Rosalind, do you want me to keep the water on him?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll just stay trapped to the tree.
Cool.
Well, okay. The problem is I was hoping to use something.
Some fuck shit.
I have to do some fuck shit. You know what? This is fine. I can just attack him while he's trapped
Yeah. Okay.
with something. I gotta look at my moves. If I roll right, I'm going to advance an attack.
Okay. Everyone figured out what they're doing?
Do I have to do a stance to just keep doing what I'm doing?
No, you just have to keep marking a fatigue.
Okay, I'll mark a fatigue.
Oh,
Oz, what do you think you're doing?
I'm gonna defend and maneuver.
I'm thinking I'm gonna invade and observe.
I think that's a wise decision.
Guess what everyone else is doing? Fire Nation soldiers are advancing and attacking. Rafa is defending and maneuvering. And the assassin is going to have to evade and observe, I guess. Because I can't really evade. He's stuck.
Oops.
All right, defending and maneuvering. Please roll your dice. Roll focus.
12.
Nice. You know the drill.
I'm going to start with disarm,
Oh, interesting. Nice. Okay.
which is target your foe's ability by breaking, removing, or limiting a particular style. Mark 2 fatigue to name any advance and attack technique your foe has. They are unable to use that technique for the remainder of the encounter.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So I'm going to take out Breath of Fire.
Interesting. How do can you explain to me how you do that?
You said we kind of just jumped into the fray real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Why is it first?
You're still gonna get to do it. I just want to know what it looks like.
Sick. I think that I'm just straight up gonna. They're in like a circle.
Yeah, so it's four of them. So they're like in a circle slash square of like points around Rafa.
Jaw smack, jaw smack, jaw smack, jaw smack with the 4-string. Just fuck up their jaws so they can't breathe fire right.
Nice. Okay. Wonderful. All right.
Oh, and I have another one. Hooray!
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do Wall of Perfection.
Protection.
No, it's called Perfection on
Oh,
my
it is
thing.
perfection. Oh, okay.
I know how to read,
I can't.
sucker. Sorry, you're illiterate. Not my problem.
What happens anyway?
Create a perfect wall of defense around yourself and any allies directly next to you. Mark 1 fatigue to block a single attack towards the wall, or keep an enemy at bay who tries to penetrate the wall.
Cool.
I've already marked all my fatigue for both my things.
All right. Awesome. Did you? Are you? Is it just one of your allies?
It says any allies,
Okay,
plural,
cool. Got it.
directly next to you.
All right. Okay. Rafa is using Fire Stream to add more fire to the because fight fire with fire. Paired on the Mark 3 fatigue. Paired Mark 5 fatigue to trap doom. Ooh. Okay. Alright, so Rafa's marking 5 fatigue to do this. Quickly trapped, doomed, and impaired. So then we'll move on to advance and attack. Rolling with passion. This for par for the firebenders. Oh, I rolled 2 firebenders. They can't do their big cool thing now. Aw.
Ah, sucker. Get fucked.
So trapped, doomed, and impaired, which is an insane combo.
I rolled a 10.
Awesome. You can either mark a fatigue to use a learn technique, use a practice technique, or use 2 different learned or master techniques.
I
believe-
don't remember.
I think Firebomb is a learned one.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so you'll mark a fatigue, and then you'll do the fatigue marker for Firebomb.
All of it.
How much fatigue have you marked, or marking to?
I've only marked 2. So the one for the thing, and then the rest of it.
Okay, so 2 more, so you inflict 4 fatigue.
Yeah.
And they become impaired. Cool. Do you tell Sakari to drop the water or the water stream, or do you just go alongside it, like from the other side?
I tell her to keep it up long enough for me to get the strike ready. Drop it right when it's about to hit, so that he doesn't try to sneak away.
Got it. Okay.
And since I'm not doing anything else, can that happen?
Yeah. If you wanted to continue the stream past the exchange, you can also still mark the fatigue. So essentially, you just let it go for a second, giant blast, explode the tree, push him up against another tree, and on the way. We call that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that sounds fun. I'll mark another fatigue for the
Cool. All right. Giant. Oz, you are going to have to choose between Rafa and Benjiro.
What?
for your wall of protection.
I
You got to choose between one or the other. You're not necessarily right next to Rafa, so you could move right next to Rafa to give Am the wall of protection, or you could
I'm
stay
choosing
next to
Benji.
Benjo. Okay, so you're gonna stay next to Benjo. Cool. As these
It's my bro.
firebenders are changing up to do some spot, do you see that they Okay, so then evade and observe group. Anyone doing that can roll. Mark lose the fatigue and then roll with creativity or harmony, your choice.
Do I, because I'm still impaired, do I still have to mark a fatigue?
No, we can say they cancel each other out.
Okay. So just don't get rid of the fatigue, just leave it where it's at.
Yep.
Okay. Show me the money. That's still not the money. That's a 6 again.
Can I help?
No, because this is combat. You can't take the help mechanic. Unfortunately.
Boo!
You said I could do what now?
Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, if you want to, you can shift your balance to then use one basic thing.
Okay. I have.
While you are deciding, the assassin is using a move called Feint. Trick your opponents into overextending themselves against you. If you were targeted by any attacks this exchanged, mark a fatigue to immediately inflict a condition on each of your attackers. So, unfortunately for Rosalind and Sakara, you each get a condition of your choice.
I have that move. That's some bullshit.
That's also one of my moves.
Look at us.
Bitchy.
Just little guys.
What condition?
Your choice. How would you
I'm
feel that?
angry.
Okay,
I'm
angry
angry.
again?
Yeah, angry.
Perfect.
I'm gonna shift my balance towards action. I feel like that's the most appropriate.
Awesome. And then what would you like to do? Strike. Oh, no, sorry. Test balance, bolster, hinder, or commit.
So, question. They have how many negative statuses, this group of army?
3?
So they have doomed, impaired, and trapped?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great, they're gonna get one more. They're stunned.
That's so good. Oh my god. Okay, so what happens in the forest is the assassin who's being pushed up against the tree with the water stream. Rosalind runs up, jumps, gets a giant fireball bomb thing ready to go right off in his face. The stream drops. The second between the stream dropping and the fireball hitting, you just hear pathetic, and then gets hit with the firebomb. Tree blasts, goes flying. Water stream comes back and holds him to another tree. That's where the condition comes from. Just very much emotional damage, verbal abuse, and then we cut over to the port where Rafa uses both hands to create like a whirlwind sort of tornado of fire that lasts for a few seconds, as the Fire Nation soldiers all weird acrobat style jump up in the air, spin, and their first battle to flames, the ones headed towards Benji get knocked away by Taibo, as the other battle of flames hit Rafa, and then you have that cool new coat. So as they land in the fire, which is weirdly affecting them, the knives get thrown out, so you're like making a like yo-yo of knives happening, to where like they can't really move, because as they're like dodging one, it gets pulled back, and so they can't really get back into the spot as another one appears, and like back and forth. And that is the end of that combat exchange. Taking stock of things, I will say at this point, You can tell that the assassin's been knocked out. He's kind of drowned slash been exploded. Got one quip in, and then was just not was done. And Rafa is looking really worse for wear. Rafa's done
Wait.
nothing related to healing her themselves this entire time.
Aren't the other people at the port, the other assassins at the port, are they gone?
The assassins at the port have oh yeah, they long died. Well, not long died, but they aren't around as far as you can see. The ones from previously.
No. The ones that we're fighting now.
Oh, the Fire Nation soldiers?
Yeah. Are
They're
they?
they're slowly dying. They're on fire. They are trying to figure out what's going on. They're being yo-yoed around. They're still like they can still fight, but they are very much running out of options. But we'll say one full combat's over with Roslyn and Sakari, winners. We still have Benjiro and Taibo still technically in the middle of combat. So anything anyone would like to do now?
I guess since Sakari and I don't know about Rafa being elsewhere, I think we'll probably end up following the marks that continue going around the weird net so we don't get trapped.
They were headed toward the port, weren't they?
Yeah, so they were headed. So upon further investigation, it looks like Rafa was running away from someone. They knocked them out. Rafa then dragged their body, which is why the drag marks existed. Tied said assassin to the tree, and then went off to port. The assassin got out, woke up, got out of the tie, was just waiting to see who would show up. You two popped up. Rafa ran off to port, ran into the Fire Nation. Fire Nation attacked Rafa.
So I guess we follow the footsteps back to the port.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's going to take a little bit longer. So we go back to Taibo and Bendra. What are you two doing?
I mean, combat's pretty much done, right?
Yes and no?
Kill.
Ah.
All right, whatever you say.
Enough. If I yo-yo enough, they'll eventually die.
Yo-yo of death. So I have some bad news about Taibo.
Oh, great.
No.
He's a very fatigued boy.
How?
I have exactly 5, so I'm kind of locked into evade and observe.
So if I end up getting to be able to do something where I can, I guess, inflict yet another condition on somebody. Where, well, it says another negative status.
Yeah.
That wouldn't really do anything because everybody already has status.
I mean, you can keep giving them stunned. Stunned only lasts a few seconds. It's just essentially like you're off balance for a little bit.
So essentially, I'm still yo-yoing to make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of like the loophole of being able to not mark a fatigue, but not take off a fatigue. Bless you.
Bless you.
Ooh, actually, yes, I am going to evade and observe, and I have a reason why.
I'm also evading and observing.
Okay. Rafa is going to
Where the fuck's my pen?
advance an attack. These
Rafa, you're
guys,
so
I'm actually going to
lucky.
split the firebenders up into 2 spots this time. One evading and observing, and one is advancing.
No, don't.
All right, so advance and attack through.
Will you not do that?
They do have a bunch of minuses, so that advance and attack misses. So evade and observe is next. Roll with either creativity or harmony, your choice.
Why am I using this? That always fails on me.
That's gonna be 7 going up to 9.
Wonderful. So that's one basic technique, one basic or mastered technique.
I'm gonna do bolster a hinder. I'm gonna bolster Benjiro. Because I don't think statuses is gonna get them closer to down. Will it? It's conditions that matter, right?
Yeah, it's conditions that matter. The statuses are doing stuff, but the conditions are what's really going to take them down.
Then yeah, I'm gonna help out Benji.
Okay.
Perhaps, Josh.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
If my well, it doesn't really matter anyway. It's not going to help too much. Because I got a 3, I have
Okay.
a +2, but my question would be if because I shifted my balance towards action, would that +1 towards action also?
No, because the action
No,
is outside of
that's
combat.
Yeah, you're right. Ugh. The dice don't like me today.
You can still shift if you wanted to.
I already shifted once.
So what is it that you're doing then?
I will ideally give my boy Benjiro the empowered status.
Cool.
Which means your abilities are naturally stronger in this moment. Clear 1 fatigue at the end of each exchange.
We're about to get to the end of this one.
Another loophole, perhaps.
Okay.
Yeah, why haven't we been doing this? This is sick.
Yeah.
As you go ahead and empower Benjiro. How do you empower Benjiro?
Benji, that knife jacket looks so cool on you.
Thanks, buddy.
Alright, you see yeah, okay. As you empower Benjiro and get ready for another round, one, you see 2 of the firebenders have they're dead after this, so they try and do some stuff, but they can't, so they're gone. But the other 2 are able to sort of like flick some of the fire that's on them and hit Rafa, who then gets thrown into essentially all the firebenders take a tumble, including Rafa. All 5 of them take a tumble and end up in the water somewhere. And that is the end of the combat exchange.
Is there a way to go over and try to pull Rafa
I
out
will
of
go in water.
Yeah.
Taibo, you dive
Taibo Joan.
into the water. Banjiro, are you also diving in the water?
Oh, actually, I have an idea.
Okay.
As Taibo is going into the water, I'm gonna hand off one of my yo-yo knives.
Hand off a yo-yo knife? Okay.
Yeah.
Yo-yo knife, my favorite cellist.
All right, you hand a knife over to Taibo, so he has a line. Taibo, you dive into the water. Give me a roll of focus.
Oh boy!
Relying on your skills and training.
Beep beep beep. 8 plus 2 equals 10.
It's 10. Nice. You dive in. You saw where Rafa went in. You know that there's 2 firebenders probably nearby them. And you are able to distinguish Rafa right away. Grab Rafa and tug on the line. Yeah. Tug on the line. You get pulled back by Benjiro after a little swim. At this point, Sakari and Roslyn, you come running back up to see Benjiro pulling Taibo and Roslyn and Rafa's body out of the water.
Rafa's body?
Well, yeah, it's all. Would you rather not pull any of Rafa out?
You're saying it like Rafa's dead.
We don't know yet.
Josh, I'm gonna hit you.
Anyway, pulling Rafa's body out of the water. Anyone who is going I guess no one said anything about looking finding Rafa. Yeah, Rafa's body isn't breathing.
No. Is there a way to give CPR?
Roll with, we'll call it passion for this.
Please don't let this fail. For the love of everything. Could this be counted towards? Never mind. I was gonna say, could this be counted towards action? But never mind. That is so much better. That hold on. That's a 10.
10, nice. Okay. So you start to perform some CPR on Rafa. And are able to get the water out of Rafa's lungs. Rafa begins to breathe again, but is fully passed out. Unconscious, burned, scarred, but is breathing.
Can I refresh? Are we there now?
Oh yeah, you're there now. Give me a roll of focus, reliance skills and training.
Okay.
Rosalind's just staring at Rafa.
It's an 8.
8. So you can mark a fatigue to ignore the consequence. Do you have any fatigue left you can take?
I do. I have 1.
Okay, so if you wanted to, you can mark a fatigue to ignore any consequences. But let's see. The refresh consequence would be you're trying to heal Rafa. Yes, the consequence would be I suppose you would have to not get knocked out due to all the effort that's been going on. So it's either you heal Rafa and Rafa stands back up, or and then you go down, or you stay just sort of up, but the healing doesn't really do anything. Either Sakari passed out or Rafa is passed out.
I mean, I think Sakari's just gonna full force try and pass out.
All right, well, Sakari passes out and Rafa wakes up after the healing.
I go catch Sakari.
Dramatic faint.
Oh my god.
Huh.
All right.
The last thing Sakari sees as her eyes go black is Tybo with his like wet hair slicked back.
Disgusting.
We're horrible.
But yeah, so Rafa is awake now, and Sakari is passed out.
Are any of the? I'm assuming the rest of the soldiers are in the water.
The Fire Nation soldiers' bodies have now like floated up to the top, and they are like fully upside down in the water. Just definitely have drowned or burned to death. Ironic for a Fire Nation soldier.
Oh my god. Let me tally up how many people we've murdered in this.
In defense, they did like super attack first.
Yeah.
I don't feel like us as a group like care as much about killing as we have in the past.
No.
No.
We're in a war.
I mean, Benji's a full-on assassin. That's his
Right.
job. So.
War.
What is
it good for? As you are registering all that, you see the Fire Nation ship, like a door opens, and like a few more soldiers walk out. Rosalind and Rafa, would you please join us? Your father has sent us to retrieve you, and we would rather not lose any more. Looks over. All right. Yes, we would like you to come peacefully before we this gets any more ugly.
You assume that I would just come peacefully.
We have tea. We prepared. We have like a nice luxury suite.
Rosalind.
Okay, that's my favorite.
Rosalind. We can get to other places.
Tell
Focus up.
Father Deary that he can come get me himself.
Well, I suppose I have no choice. And you see he like spreads his arms, fire sprouting out of them. Like giant phoenix wings start to like kick up out of him. And then a giant boulder comes flying from behind you and smashes into the ship, fully destroying it. Those guys also dead. Round more count. And you see just sort of on top of like the hill-ish area, where the boulder came from, is Benta. Like, so yeah, I kind of thought it over. Yeah, okay, it's fine. You're all good.
You are brilliant. That's why you're back.
That is where we're going to end the session into epilogues as we guess. Oh, I see. I was just pointing as we head off into the sky. And we go into some epilogue time. Well, who wants to go first in epilogues? I don't remember how to dictate this anymore. It's been so long. Oh, we have
I'll
nose
go
ghosts.
first.
All right,
I
Tybo
want
is
to go
first.
first.
All right. Epilogue as
I
the
feel like-
last few years, as the war rages on for the next few years.
I feel like this isn't like a settled epilogue part. This is just part of the epilogue.
Yeah.
I feel like Taibo has brought Sakari home to meet his family. To the swamp. And he's got Sakari set up on like a swamp skiff and is like walking her through how to like pilot it. It's just like a whole like week vacation of just meeting his family, learning about like where he comes from. And it's sort of like the last day of that, and they're going to like head out somewhere else, either on like a mission trip or like to see somewhere else around the world. And Taibo takes Sakari aside under the banyan tree. And he pulls out a small bracelet of carved wooden beads. And he offers it to Sakari as sort of a partnership sort of thing. It's the equivalent of like a swamp wedding band, sort of. But it's not the necklace thing. It is definitely more just like, you're not my betrothed. We're partners. We're in this together. We would have matching. Sakari, it has been such an honor and a joy getting to know you and growing with you, and you are the first person I want to see every sunrise and the last person I want to see every sunset. And I want to see the world and spend the rest of my life with you. And he pulls out this carved wooden bracelet, and you can see there's like a slightly larger wooden bead with, it's like a little oval, and it has Sakari's name written out perfectly.
Sakari immediately says yes and like jumps on him.
Full like spin, kiss, all that. Full rom-com.
All right. That's also there is an adjustment for the food in the swamp because some of it's bugs.
Some of it's bugs. Sakari tries whatever. We eat whatever in the north. There's only so much food there.
Right. Next.
I think just
Yeah,
to
logically.
go after that, I think time skip again. Sakari brings Taibo to the Northern Water Tribe to meet Enya and Rorik and her mom, Kari. Taibo just now learns that her mom's name is Kari and her name is Sakari.
Oh, that is cool.
But I feel like Enya and Rorik love Tybo. Rorik probably more than Enya.
For sure.
Uh-huh.
Adores him.
They have full, like, father-in-law son bonding.
Yes, and then Sakari, because this was time skipped again.
Yep.
I think Sakari like pulls Tybo aside and gives him one of the
Yeah. Betrothal necklaces.
Make him the wife.
Yeah.
He's the wife.
Mhm.
He fully accepts and does that sort of like cup the chin, lean up to kiss.
Lean down.
Like bring Sakari up and him lean down.
Mhm. And because Sakari's like connected with her family again, they're all like around the corner clapping.
Yeah.
In the back.
Everyone clapped.
Rorik is like not clapping. He's doing what I just did.
Yeah, right.
Man, remember that one weird summer where Sakari disappeared and then
Rough
came
home
back with a
boy.
band?
Kari's just like, finally.
Next.
Everyone's happy.
Benjiro or Rosalind next?
Okay, I'll go. Mine's simple and easy. So Benji decides that he's gonna find a way to get out of the Assassin's Guild, whatever. So gets out of the Assassin's Guild somehow, changes his name completely, to now
What?
it's just Ro. Uh,
Love it.
he goes
Nico and
back
Ashi,
to
Nico and Ashi have in solidarity changed their names to Ni and Ah.
No, wait. Then it's Nya.
Yeah.
No,
It's Ronia.
no.
Next character.
I mean,
So he decides instead to make a living because he has to still pay, I'm assuming, for everything to keep everybody in living and make sure that his siblings grow up well. And he wants to take good care of Grandma Zay. So instead, he decides to become, I don't know if this is canon in the Avatar universe, but he decides to become like an author.
There's
you are a
definitely books and
sure.
scrolls. Ba Sing Se is filled with books
Yep.
at the
So
university.
he becomes a famous author, question mark, somewhat famous author, and kind of changes the names obviously and changes some things, but writes stories about his friends, um, and he definitely writes a fanfic between Tybo and Sakari, and he also definitely writes a fanfic between Roslyn and Benta.
Obviously, Tybo's name in the book is Bowtie. Bowtie.
Yes,
Oh,
it is
yeah.
Bowtie. And yeah, that's kind of just what happens with him.
Oh, move over to Rosalind.
So, what happens is, I don't care what Rafa does. I think Rafa just goes back to the fire, or the southern water tribe to go do things. Rosalind just kind of abandons him, or abandons him. And then at one point, okay, so Rosalind takes a break after getting a letter from their father being like, you need to come back. But Rosalind crumbles it up, lights it on fire, and then goes out to kind of just take a little vacay. But then Rosalind meets up with Benton, where Rosalind agrees to join the Armadillo Bears to continue to fight the good fight alongside Benta. And I want it to end with like them coming together and they're getting on top of the Armadillo Bears, like next to each other. And they're like getting on next to each other. And like Rosalind leans over to give Benta a little kiss on the cheek. And then they like ride off into the sunset.
And that is where we shall end our session. Yes.
The song I've had prepared for so long, that's the whole like theme of the campaign. I'm going to do it.
I do have to reveal before we start. Due to the injuries that Rafa suffered during that final fight, Rafa dies about a year or two later. Unfortunately. So Oz and I talked about this during our little break.
Excuse me?
And Morgan. Oz, Morgan, and I,
Thank you.
while you two were in the bathroom. Showing up for Rafa's funeral, which is at the Southern Water Tribe. Kana is still there. Hama is still there too at this point. It's only been a few years. Not even. Oz,
Yeah,
you are up.
incredible. It starts with slow guitar chords. The last leaves fall from the cherry blossom tree. The summer's gone before we know. The lovers part ways until the break of spring. Their hearts grow cold beneath the snow. Hear the wolves crying out as the legends pour like honey from our mouth. As the wind blows through the grass, we hope tomorrow's not our last. We listen for the echoes of the past. Some friends we knew fall across the great divide. There's tales of bloodshed shore to shore. Two sisters enter, but only one will leave. But both fall victim to the war. Hear the wolves crying out as the legends pour like honey from our mouth. Seas of fire burning fast, we hope tomorrow's not our last. And we listen for the echoes of the past. Don't let the memories of good times fade away. The future's ours to decide. Hold fast to friends who are fighting by your side. Let heroes past be our guide. It all repeats our history until we open our eyes to see past and future, here and now. We've gotta get through somehow. Oh, can't you hear the wolves crying out as the legends pour like honey from our mouth? Gauntlets thrown and dice cast, we know tomorrow's not our last. 'Cause we're guided by the echoes of it all repeats our history until we open our eyes to see past and future, here and now. We're gonna get through somehow. 'Cause we're guided by the echoes of, we're guided by the echoes of, we're guided by the echoes of the past.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. I've of course been your GM, Josh. Thank you to my friends Cass, Megan, Morgan, and Oz, and thank you for our going through the entire arc 3 of 100 Years War for Avatar Legends. Oz, take us out.
Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed, and you did. Leave a comment down below, and just tell us about something good that happened to you this year. Tell us something you want for Christmas. Share a positive memory. Be sure to subscribe for more content and ring that bell so you don't miss the next thrilling arc of Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes going into Arc 4.
The Aang era. Bye.
I also want to note that was started before the campaign even started and finished long before the Roslyn reveal.
Okay. Do you want to do it
We
after?
rushed past it the past like 5 episodes. We have time. I'm not doing the bit again. The last thing that was said was Benta saying to Roslyn, I know we have our differences, but I still love you.
That's definitely not what was said.
That's not what was said.
It was.
But anyway, we pick up.
It's on my agenda.
Are you looking for something or someone?
Ah, wicked.
Oh, Glinda Upland. Sorry, Galinda with a ga.
I'm a green Galinda.
Green Linda with a green.
Green Linda. Oh no.
No.
Back on track.
Josh, if I let you open up one of your Christmas presents, will you let me?
Josh, if I Venmo you $5.
Please.
No.
If I don't think it's a small world
No,
anymore,
that's already that's not no. That's already a thing that's not happening. Anyway, what's the total? I mean, yeah, firebombs.
Firebombs.
My favorite Christmas Carol fireball.
Mr. Worldwide. I'm sorry.
What did I miss?
And the yo-yo man kept yelling.
I might have perhaps sent a meme in the group chat.
Oh boy, okay.
It's immediately where my mind went to as soon as you said like yo-yo.
I hate it here. Anyway,